Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What I wanted to ask, a show of hands of how many people think they know what USEMCO does. Oh, that's pretty good. That's better than I thought. But now show me a raise of hands of how many people know what USEMCO does. Well, that's pretty good, pretty good. Okay, well, Steve's finding that. I'll give you a little bit of background about USEMCO. My father started USEMCO in 1963. Robert Raisin was his name. Unfortunately, he got sick with cancer, and in 1981 he passed away. I started running the company from that point on. So we successfully transferred from a first generation to a second generation. I have a son that's in the business right now, and hopefully in the next, I keep telling him I'll retire in 10 years, and I've been telling him that for 3 years now, and he keeps reminding me, no, you're not going to wait that long. So hopefully in the next 7-8 years, we'll be transitioning to the third generation. And it's been my goal to maintain the company in a family business and keep it going in my control. And now I'm going to pass it on to my son and tell him, you better keep it going for the next generation. So USEMCO currently employs about 95 employees. At our peak was about 2007, 2008. We employed about 120 employees. When we had the Great Depression, the housing starts dropped from 2.5 million homes a year down to 500,000 homes. It really hurt our business. The products we make, we are tied directly to housing starts. So we dropped down to about 90 employees, and just recently, the last year here, last 6 months, I'm seeing signs of that business starting to come back. So I'm hoping, and it never comes back fast, but I'm hoping in about a year or two we'll be back to where we're supposed to be.
I'm working on it.
By the way, Steve, I want to thank you to give me this opportunity to tell everybody a story about USEMCO.
I'm working on it, Pat. I'm working on it. You know, we can maybe switch
So-
to Ann, and then I'll get you back, because I just got it's in here somewhere. But as you can see, I got left alone, so. You want, can we switch to Ann, then you come back up when I can find it?
Sure, if you want to do
Why don't
that.
we do that? And I
Okay.
apologize.
Okay, I'll take a little break here, and then I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Raisin.
Hi, Pat. Good to see you.
Okay, I'd like to tell you a little bit about USEMCO, what USEMCO does, what we make as a product. Our main product is the first one up there. It's water and wastewater pump stations. We started out just making what we call lift stations. Lift stations pumps the dirty water when you flush your toilet, and it has to get to the treatment plant. That's what a lift station is for. And it usually is on the surrounding perimeters of a community where they start running out of gravity, so they have to have a lift station. That's how they got the term lift station, to lift it up to get it to flow gravity the rest of the way to the treatment plant. Then we got into the water booster station. That's clean water. And basically what we're doing there, we're pumping good water out to the community. So now we're pumping the clean water out, and after you're done using it, then we pump the dirty water back. We also do control systems that are used in the water and wastewater industry as well. Some of these panels are small control panels that are just shipped out as a single unit. Some of them are included into a housing unit. We manufacture tanks. One form of tank is a pressure vessel. We're an ASME certified shop to build pressure vessels. We also make process and bulk storage tanks. In the 90s, we built hundreds and hundreds of underground fuel tanks. More recently, the fuel tanks have changed over to fiberglass. And at that time, I decided I'm not going to get into fiberglass. I'm a metal guy. I like to bend metal. And so we changed our product line from underground fuel tanks to above ground fuel tanks, above ground process tanks. We build asphalt processing tanks, and then we do the pressure vessel. And then we do custom contract fabrication. We make a lot of parts for multi-stack in Sparta. Multi-stack actually is our #1 single customer that we have. And then we do build some cranberry harvesting equipment. Najee knows very well some of the equipment we build. And then the last thing is digesters. That's a new product that we just recently got into. So here's our inside of our plant. We do heavy fabrication. We do assembly. You can see the types of units that we assemble over there. Every pump station gets a hydraulic test. We run the pump station through a complete test so we know that it pumps up to the conditions and the standards that it is required to in the field. Everything we build, every metal thing we build gets blasted with a grit blast material and prepares it for paint. And we paint pretty much everything with epoxy paint, but some of the products are painted with urethane paints as well. These two booths, the blast booth and the paint booth, they're 25 feet wide by 100 feet long. I believe they are the biggest or the second biggest in the state of Wisconsin. So we put some pretty big stuff through there. This is a picture of a water booster station that's in the plant being manufactured. This particular one has a siding, an exposed aggregate type siding on it. It has a gable roof. Some of these have just flat roofs. Some of them have cedar shakes on them. Some of the siding is cedar shakes. Sometimes we put a brick ledge around the outside edge, and then when it gets out to the site, they lay brick up on it. So it looks like it's a structure that's built right on site. This is the inside of one of these units. You can see there's lots of piping. Over on this side is the control system. So this is a complete system ready to go. It gets out to the job site, they set it, they hook up the pipes, they give it some power, and it's ready to pump water. This was one of the biggest water boosters we shipped. This thing was 15.5 feet wide, 15.5 feet tall, and 51 feet long. This is a sewage lift station. This one we shipped, I believe it was 3 years ago, it went down to Rockford. And this was one of the biggest underground lift stations we ever built. This unit was quite large too. It was like 14.5 feet wide and 15 feet tall and 41 feet long. It weighed 150,000 pounds. And you can see by the trailer there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 axles to support that equipment. And it went to Rockford, but to get to Rockford, they went down to Fenimore and then came across because they had to take special routing with that. Also another point about this particular structure, we call it a peanut. What it is it's a multi-cylinder type structure, and we have a patent on that design. We also make small ones to get the size. Here's a man guiding this unit being set. We call this a pump mate. Those other units, the cost of them range from, those two previous big units, range from $500,000 to $1 million per unit. One of these will sell for probably $25,000 to $45,000. And then this is a control system. This particular control system is inside of a house. So it's a complete unit. And this system is probably going to be used for pumping wastewater. And then we do build some cranberry harvesting equipment. This is a beater tractor. We also build one of our most popular units we build right now is a pickup pump that picks up the cranberries out of the bed. It sprays all the debris off, and then it goes in the truck, and the berries are actually prepared to go right to the plant for processing. And then this is our last product that we've gotten into. This is an anaerobic digester. We take cow manure and we warm it up. We put it into this tank and we warm it up to about 100 degrees. And it stays in there for about 5 days. And we kill out all the pathogens, and we generate methane gas. The methane gas is used to generate electricity, and then the effluent, the material that comes out, goes through a screw press machine, and the fibers they use for bedding for the cows, and then the liquid goes into their lagoon and it is used for fertilizer. The anaerobic process breaks down the manure, so when you use it as a fertilizer, it's more ready available for the plant to absorb up. So it has many benefits. It also reduces the odors around the farm. This particular digester is at Wayne Peters' farm. Wayne Peters is one of the other co-founders of Organic Valley. And he's working with us to, we're doing a lot of testing on the fertilizer value. We also have a patent on this product. So that's all I have for my story. I could tell you a lot more. I could show you a lot more pictures. Because we're a custom manufacturer, we've built many, many, many different types of units. So now I'd like a raise of hands of all the people that know what USEMCO built. Very good. Very good. Thank you very much.